Hello again, Das Fossil Railroad fans. As promised, I have a follow-up on the Blunami powered by a tool battery. That's in this case, it's Dewalt. Again, just as a recap, there's another video that I have that goes into this in more detail. But basically, we've got a low voltage protector on the battery that makes sure that it will cut off power if the battery level gets below a certain voltage. And in this particular case, if I turn this on, we can see that I have that set here to channel high, and channel low is 15.3 volts. So that will cut power if the Dewalt battery gets below 15.3, which is the recommended value. There is still power left in the Dewalt battery after that point, but it's a recommended value to have that at 15.3 volts to save the battery. That goes into a buck converter that I have here set to 15.1 volts, and that's to basically lower the amperage that the engines can pull. The Blunami has a specific rating of 4 amps, excuse me. And the higher the voltage that you have as a power source, the more, if you're using Ohm's law, the more power draw on, the more amperage that those batteries will pull at stall. So I have my buck converter set to 15.1 volts. And again, that's downstream from the low voltage protector on the battery, so they are really unrelated. Even though this will go down to 15.3 volts, 15.1 volts is lower than 15.3, and that is not a problem because that is downstream. Everything across across this wire is coming in at the full power of the battery at any given moment, starting at about 20 volts and getting down to my setting, which is 15.3. The buck converter then converts it down to 15.1 volts. And if I turn this on, we'll see the whole thing kind of power up here. And we've got power at 15.1 volts that's being output. Now, I've got a switch underneath here, which allows for me to turn on the Blunami. So if I flip this switch, we will see this blue light come on. That will be going out the top of my rail car to signify that Bluetooth, that the Blunami is on. And we will turn it on, and you will see over here a little blue light on the Blunami card turn on. So I'm gonna flip it. You can see the little blue light there, and we've got our blue LED that will go out the top. What I've got here is I've got from the card, I've got the left rail and the right rail going in. That's going to come in at 15.1. I've got the motor motor negative and motor positive coming out. And the motor left and motor positive also connect to this LED. So when I'm running the motor, I will see light come out of this LED. Of course, that will not show when going in reverse because LEDs are directional. That is the diode portion of the light emitting diode. And I have the positive voltage coming out that splits off to power this red. This red light that will be on the top of the car, and also it goes to this. What's underneath here is a relay. That relay is, when it receives signal, will send full 15.1 or whatever this buck converter can produce, is set to produce. It will send full power out the back, and it will illuminate this green LED. So this is, you can kind of consider that as head-end power, and that allows for me to power other accessories downstream from this car. The speaker I've got these two speakers wired in series. They're both 8 ohm speakers, so wired in series. That brings it to 16 ohms. And I've got a switch here that will send the full power of those of the speaker output out to a car, because I have in some of my engines speakers that can get powered by this connection. That's basically how it all works. And that all happens on, I'm gonna rotate this here, on the output of the Blunami here. I don't know why it's not, but there's so much that it's focusing on. But we've got the F5 and the F6 negative outs, and those are going to the negative of the red wire here and the negative on my relay. And when that relay receives a low voltage connection, low milliamp, it will trigger the switch to power the rear of the car. Thank you very much. Post any questions in the channel underneath the video, and I'll try to get back to you with answers on any of it. Have a great day, everybody.